He goes out.
What's on your mouth? That churro? Yeah. Did you guys know that Ryan eats churros too?
250, 300 pounds.
It's been a secret, but he didn't want me to let you guys know. But
I swear I eat healthy.
when you guys think it's me eating the churros, look, I've only had 3.
Yeah.
He's had like 4.
Well, I figure there's got to be something to these things because Eddie eats them like he drinks water. There's got to be something in there.
But Eddie drinks only the best type of water.
Well, here's
There
the
you
thing.
go.
So Eddie's kid's right here, and you know his kid's like begging him, like, Dad, I would love a bite of that churro, and Eddie's like freaking out. Like he was offering him a bite of the burrito, he'd offer him a bite of everything else. The second the kid wanted a bite of the churro, Eddie's like, nope.
I gave him some. Look at the evidence. Show him the evidence of the churro. Yeah, yep. See?
Nice. All right.
All right, guys, so today's video, we're finally going to explain to you guys what I do for a living. I am the head bagger at Vaughn's. You can find me at your local Vaughn's store. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. But if you are a head bagger at Vaughn's, that's okay. At least you got a job. So I'll let you guys know what I do here for a living. And we're going to run by some things, me and Ryan. It's not really about what we do for a living. Because, I mean, I'm going to tell you guys what I do for a living, and it's not probably going to help you guys in any way. But I will let you guys know some of our, I shouldn't say tips and tricks, because it's not really a tip or a trick. I guess it could be a tip, but not really a trick, because it's pretty, oh, thank you for the churro. Thank you. It's pretty much how we do it. So we're going to finish this churro, and then we'll get back to this video.
Dude, you look like a mad scientist right now. Turn that camera around.
Do I look like a bad
You
scientist?
look like a mad scientist
Do I?
right now, dude. It's a good look for you, buddy.
Yeah, there you go. I need a camera person. So you can call me today, I guess, the mad scientist. Or how about the mad mechanic?
I don't know. Let's see.
Mad stripper pole scientist.
Well, our wonderful stand-in stripper over here, Michael. Oh, he's worked too hard. Oh, dude, we're gonna get workman's comp now.
Yeah,
He's
there we
already
go.
sitting down.
There we go.
He's hurting from sitting on the being on the pole.
Great. All right, guys. So after, I would say, I don't know, it's been months now, we finally got Dmaxryno here. And I'm going to do the video that you guys have wanted me to do forever, what I do for a living. And, I mean, you know, I hope you guys enjoy it, because it's really not that fun, but we'll see if you guys can get anything good out of it. While Ryan sits here, what are you doing exactly right now?
I'm learning how to break in my new gears.
Oh, on your Duramax?
Yeah, I don't know who would want to go through all the trouble of re-gearing the truck, but it looks like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's not easy, guys. And I got to get this thing broken in because I'm getting ready to go out to the river, and it says not to tow anything. Okay, well, that's going to be a problem because you guys see here, got something to tow.
And you never drive it, so good luck breaking it in.
So welcome to Ryan's life. It's rough, but somebody's got it.
All right, guys, so this is the moment that you all have been waiting for. It's probably going to be a pretty boring video, but what we're going to pretty much, or what I want to try to explain to you guys in a simple term, I guess, is not really, you know, what we do for a living, it's how we do it. And it's you know, for you guys to be good at something, or for you guys to make money, you want to master something. So you don't want to pretty much, I don't know, how can I explain it? You don't want to go sell this water right here, alkaline water.
Great water.
You guys know him, my cousin Martin. And, you know, go to a store and say, hey, I'm selling this water. Do you want to buy it? That's kind of, you know, that makes a difference between, you know, somebody going and selling there, or if I'm going to go and sell the water, I'm going to say, hey, you know, I'm selling this water. These are the reasons why you should buy it. So, this, that. I don't know much about the water, so I can explain to you why. I'd be horrible salesman for them. But that's pretty much, you know, it's how you know, you gotta love what you do. It's how you take it. It's how you, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but pretty much what I do for a living is, I mean, obviously you guys know I'm a mechanic. I work on cars, trucks. I work on pretty much anything and everything with a motor. There are some things I cannot do, so I will try to figure it out or ask for help or call my other mechanic buddies. I have some real estate properties. I have invested my money in some stuff. You know, but I didn't start out like this. I used to be a cashier at my dad's gas station when I was 16 years old. From opening and closing, and it was horrible. It sucked, you know.
Did you ever get robbed?
No, thank goodness I didn't. I never got robbed. But You know, I will look for an opportunity to make money. So I used to buy and sell some cars, and I bought some cars off Craigslist, you know, and I still, till this day, I will look and see maybe there's a car, you know, for $2,000 or $3,000. Nothing, you know, I'm not saying I used to buy Mercedes, you know, I used to buy beat up Civics, and say it needed, you know, a head gasket, or it needed a CV axle or a radiator, or whatever it was. I would go there and negotiate with the guy, you know, and take that car, put some money in it, and flip it. Did I make money all the time? No. Sometimes I lost my ass and didn't make any, ended up losing money. But I look for an opportunity to make money. So, and I will take you guys later on in a different video to my shop and show you, and you guys can look at Ryan's video, Dmaxryno. I will put his link down in the description. You guys can check his videos out. He's been to my shop before. It's nothing fancy. You know, I actually, now you haven't been there, I actually finally got an office.
That's nice, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
Eddie's office was about 3 feet away from the lift.
Yes.
With a, he did have this beautiful air conditioner in the form of about a fan about that big to keep him cool on the 100-something degree days.
That was a high horsepower fan.
Well, there you go. He probably modified it at the shop.
Yeah.
Maybe EI tunes?
Yep, I did. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. EFI Live, everything else.
There you go. There you go.
So it's not like, you know, like you guys are gonna think, and I don't know how to explain it in the proper and the good way for you guys, in the most understanding way, but and again, I'm not a millionaire, you know, I'm nowhere near the millions, I'm not rich, you know, I just like to, this doesn't mean what does it say? I'm rich?
I don't know.
Don't worry about what that says.
It's too fancy. It's in a foreign language. You can't read it.
Don't worry about that what it says. But pretty much, I think for, you know, the best tip I can give you guys is whatever you do for a living, number one, make sure you enjoy it. Make sure you love it. Make sure you wake up in the morning, and I'm not saying you have to be so excited to go to work, but you know, be excited to do what you want to do. Like, I love working on trucks, you know. Now, if somebody said, hey, you know, Eddie, we got to sell the shop and, you know, start working on boats. Okay, I mean, I don't love working on boats. I don't know anything about boats. Would I be successful in it? I can't say yes or no. In my head, I would say hell yes, I'm gonna be successful in it because I'm gonna do whatever it takes to be successful in that industry. But am I gonna enjoy working on a boat? No, not really. My thing is diesels. I love diesels. You know, ever since diesel came out, I think my dad's first diesel was in 2000 or 2001. I think GMC came out, what was their first Duramax? In 2000? I believe it was. I think it was 2000 when Duramax finally, or when GMC came out with a diesel. And ever since then, you know, seeing the torque and seeing how that thing performed and knowing how amazing it was that you can hook up this gigantic trailer to it and this truck would pull it. That's when I truly fell in love with diesel, and I wanted to get to know more and more about it. And again, I didn't go to college for, you know, automotive, for diesel. I didn't go to college for anything, for period. I just went to high school, barely. And
They're probably happy to get rid of you.
yeah, they were messed up. I don't know why they didn't love me, but
Can't win them all.
yeah, you know. But so I didn't go, you know, I wasn't a good, you know, academic wise. You know, I was horrible in school. And I'm not saying, you know, be horrible in school and, you know, you're good. That's not true. Do good in school, go to school. You know, if you're gonna go to college, I hope, you know, it pays off for you. I know some people that went to college and, you know, they're still looking for a job, or they're getting paid a little above minimum wage. Now, I'm not saying college is bad. I'm just saying that if you're going, you know, to be an attorney or a doctor, you've got to go to college. You got no choice. But if you're going to go to college and, you know, become a mechanic, okay, then take an automotive class, not a, you know, chemist class. Like some of these people, they go to college and they tell me, oh yeah, I'm going to college, I'm taking this. Oh, what are you going to do for a living? Oh, I'm going to be a, you know, so-and-so. What does that have to do with anything? So
You're paying for 2 years of PE, first of all.
yeah,
Like general education, whatever. Not to say that the world shouldn't be educated, because clearly, you know, education does go a long way. But you got to really look at what you're paying for when you go to college. 2 years general education, okay, great. Then it seems like the last 2 years, depending on how you structured it, are really kind of gearing towards, I guess I would say, your major. Now the problem with the major is most people can't make up their mind. And a lot of people I know have picked a major, halfway through change the major again, or graduate with whatever degree they got and decide, you know what, that's not what I wanted to do. So one of the biggest things I would say, especially for the younger people out there, start trying stuff when you're young. When you're in high school, early on, as early as you can get a job somewhere in the field that you think you want to be in, try it then. Because you're either gonna fall in love with it or you're gonna hate it. And if you hate it, move on to the next thing, move on to the next thing. But figure it out before you're spending $40, $50, $200, $300,000 on a school to try and gear you towards that, to only realize after you've gotten into it, you hate it. So then you just blew a ton of money, or you're in a ton of debt and you got zero out of it. So personally, I think high school ought to be geared to the first 2 years of high school, general education. The last 2 years of high school are either a trade geared towards whatever you want to be, or whatever career path you want to follow in life.
What you want to do for a living.
Right, and then if we did that, we'd eliminate a whole lot of college debt, a whole lot of people going to college just to go to college and party away 4 years. I mean, if you're lucky enough for your parents to pay for it. I know plenty of people that their parents graciously offered to pay for them to go to college, and all they did was party for 4 years, got out, and said, oh shit, now what do I do with my life?
Yeah,
So-
I know a lot of people that did that.
Yeah,
too.
so like Eddie, I didn't go to college. Unlike Eddie, school went well for me. 4.0 GPA, graduated with all honors, but I used to sit there in my class and the teachers would come up and be like, okay, let's all talk about what colleges you're gonna apply to. And they'd always get to me and I'd be like, nah, I don't wanna go to college. They're like, whoa, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, I don't wanna go to college. They're like, well then what are you gonna do with your life? Like, well, thinking about getting into construction. I'd love to start my own construction company, you know. I like to work with my hands, and that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. To which I always got laughed at. The teachers always told me, good luck, you're never gonna make it, you're gonna be, I don't want to say second-class citizen, but they always viewed anybody that in blue collar is not up on this upper echelon of life as the scholars who go to college. Now to me, all the richest people that I know, or most of the richest people that I know, and most of the most successful people that I know either didn't go to college or dropped out. So luckily, in knowing that the teachers could tell me whatever they wanted, I knew in my heart what I wanted to do, and I knew that I was going to do everything it took to make it work, regardless of whether or not they tried to tell me it's not going to work, because, well, look what they're doing for a living.
Yeah.
It's kind of the thing.
And if there are teachers out there watching this, we're not saying, you know, anything bad about you. It's not, you know, you're teaching, that's good. There's nothing wrong. Like I said in the beginning of this video, when I said I was the head bagger at Vaughn's, you know what? If you're the head bagger at Vaughn's, at Costco, whatever it is, at least you have a job. Just get out there, get a job. I mean, hey, check this out. I used to work at Starbucks when I was 17, or I think. I used to work at Starbucks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And
I don't want to drink beer.
it was horrible. I said this sucks, but I wanted money, and I had to figure out a way, and just nobody was hiring, so Starbucks hired me. I went in there for a job, and I got hired at Starbucks. And how long did I work there for? A month, I think, or I think maybe 2 weeks, because I'm like, I figured out pretty much what am I doing here. I need to start a career or start doing something that, unless I want to be a professional coffee maker, barista, which I know I didn't want to do. I just said, this is not for me. I gotta go. I gotta start something that I enjoy. And a lot of you guys say, well, what does your dad do? You see some of my dad's videos. Man, what you see is home, my dad now, yes, is doing great, but my dad used to work at KFC. Him and his brothers worked at Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I don't know, and this is when they were in Miami, when they lived in Miami. You guys also wonder why I got all this Miami Dolphin stuff? Because my whole family is from Miami. And they busted their butt 7 days a week. And after their, Kentucky Fried Chicken days, they finally opened up a little hole-in-the-wall auto shop. They used to work on cars in Miami. So cars for me and for my family have been a passion for it. I've been around cars my whole life, and that's what I wanted to do. And don't take this video as you guys think, okay, I'm gonna go buy an auto shop and become a millionaire. You're not. If you go buy one, even if you go buy 2 auto shops, you're not gonna make millions from it unless it's like some ginormous auto shop, then you got 20 bays or something and you work on Ferraris. You're not going to make that much money. So don't think I just have an auto shop and I make a lot of money from it, because I don't make a lot of money from just an auto shop. Your goal, for any of you guys watch this, your goal, just stick this one thing in your head. If you guys remember, or take anything from this video, remember one thing, is get multiple incomes. Get more incomes from pretty much everywhere you can. So even if you're only making $500 or $200 a month, get it 200 from here, 200 from here, 200 from here, here. Get as many as you can.
Well, let me add to that real quick. So if you've got a full-time job, right? You work a 9 to 5. Okay, so say you're making, I don't know, $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month. And you're living off that, and you're living, okay.
Yeah, which that's not bad. Don't
Yeah.
think if you guys are making $2-3 grand a month, that's not bad at all.
So you're living okay at $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Great. Now imagine if when you get home from work, whatever your passion is, say you enjoy leatherworking, right? So you go into your garage and you crank out some of these and you sell them on Etsy, you sell them on Amazon, and you're making an extra $500 a month by doing this. That is an extra $500 a month. So imagine taking away 2 or 3 of your bills that month that you didn't have to cover with your normal paycheck because your little side hobby you got going on is starting to make you some money. There's no limit to the amount of money you can make or with the ways you can make money. And I guarantee you, when Eddie's family was sitting there working at KFC, here's one of the biggest things that really gets me, is when I hear people say like, oh dude, I'll never be rich, or I'll never be able to afford that. I guarantee when Eddie's family was working in KFC, they didn't say, well, I guess this is it. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it, probably at that time, it was probably like $5 an hour or less. That we're gonna make this for the rest of our lives. This studio apartment over here, you know, in the slums is as good as it's gonna get, and we're just gonna ride this life out like that.
What it was in Miami.
I guarantee they didn't think like that, and since they didn't think like that, they never settled, and they wanted to keep looking for new opportunities and keep growing. And that's what I always try to tell people. You know, I drive by the airport all the time, and there's this private jet terminal, and I've had plenty of my friends say, oh dude, I wish. To me, I always say, one day I'll get that. No, I wish. One day I'm gonna make sure I'm in a financial spot in my life to where I can afford that. And if it means I'm busting my ass, you know, 16, 17 hours a day, not sleeping while I'm young and while I can do that, and that's what it's gonna take to get that, well, I'm sure as hell gonna put one hell of an effort into doing that. And what I think is lacking is people, I don't know if they want to take the easy way out, but it's a lot easier to say, man, I wish, or I'm stuck in this situation, I'm just gonna stay
less
here.
work.
That's the
It's
thing.
just, it's less work. They don't have to bust their ass. And you know what? If you're happy making $2-3 grand a month, you're happy. That's it. It's up to you. But it's the people that do that are happy making $2-3 grand a month, and then they sit or bitch and complain, saying, I don't have enough money, I don't make enough money. Well, get off the couch and figure it out. Like, you know, a lot of you guys ask me that, DM me on my Instagram. You say, Eddie, how come you always respond to me at like 1, 2 in the morning? You know why? Because you see this garage I'm in? I take side job for some friends. They bring their trucks in here. There's a reason why I love this house when I bought this house, because of this garage. I saw money to be made in this garage. Now, mind yourself, yes, right now it's full, but when people call me and they need work on their trucks, they will bring it here at 7, 8 o'clock at night, and I'll work on it at 2 in the morning. If I got a truck, I'm gonna work on it until it's done. So, I mean, same thing why, you know, you guys ask me, oh, Eddie, do you like YouTube? Why did you start YouTube? You know what? I started it because I want to share what I do with people. I enjoy it, I like it, and there's extra money to be made. Now, am I making a bunch of money from YouTube? No, not at all, but it's an extra income. Even if it's $200, it's
better than nothing.
Yeah, it's $200 more than I had. You know, I mean, when I talked to Ryan about YouTube back in, you know, December when I started this, I think I started this, yeah, my first video was at the desert in December of last year.
Yep.
And it hasn't been a year yet, but, you know, he said, yeah, you know, there's some money to be made. Is it a lot? No. But I have some free time on my hands, so why not? Let's get that extra money. You know, that's why I'm trying to make this video and explain to you guys. Figure out ways to get extra money. There's always a way, always. I mean, there's something.
We all have the same 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
So what separates Bill Gates' 24 hours? It's not like he's got more hours in a day than we do. You just gotta be willing to get out there and hustle. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna probably end up eating less. You're gonna sleep less. You're gonna make sacrifices with your family and your relationships. And if you got good family and good relationships around you that respect what you're doing and are willing to ride it out with you, then they're gonna understand that's what it takes to get to where you want to get to. I can guarantee you, I mean, like I said, my 16-hour day isn't just me. My girlfriend does the same thing. You know, we're up till 1:30, 2 every morning. Every morning, boxing up Word For It orders, Word For It apparel, one of my other businesses.
That'll be the link down in the description.
So, okay, 2 o'clock in the morning comes, we stumble into bed, we go to sleep. 5:30, guess what happens? Alarm clock goes off. We got to get up, get to the gym, because if your body ain't right, you're screwing yourself. Get to the gym, and then it's straight to work from the gym. And we go crush another full day, come home at night, it's enough time to get dinner, and go right back into boxing up work orders. And the cycle repeats, and we've organically been growing through that. And you know, it's just, you can't be scared of putting in the work. And you can't be scared of being a little bit tired. You can't be scared of, oh my God, you know, I'm not hanging out with my friends as much anymore. I mean, we've been trying to make this video for weeks or months.
Months, like 2 months now. I've been trying.
But I've been so busy to get up here. Eddie's schedule's always crazy and different, so it hasn't even been able to work out, you know. And it's one of those things. Yeah, you know, when's the last time you went out to a party or a nightclub or something, Eddie? When's the last time you went out to dinner?
I think when I was in high school.
Right. You're not gonna have time to do any of that stuff.
Yeah, no, there's no. And like, I think one of my subscribers said, "Oh, Eddie, I think you're a mobile welder." Okay, well, guess what? I am sure as hell no way a welder. I just started welding a month ago. You know, so I'm not a professional welder. But let me tell you why I bought these welders, because you know what? I was doing stuff, I was working on trucks, and I was like, you know what more can I do? You know, what can I learn? I was like, hey, I have no idea how to weld. So I went out, bought a plasma cutter, and bought a welder. And now, I mean, I love it. I'm welding stuff, I'm making random stuff. I mean, am I good? No, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep trying. So when that next truck comes in here that says, hey Eddie, I need a train horn, instead of me calling my buddy that welds, that says, hey, can you come in here and weld this bracket? I'm gonna weld the bracket myself. Now, if it looks like crap, I'm not gonna do it obviously, but I'm gonna continue to practice and hopefully weld it myself and collect that extra money. Maybe it's 50 bucks. You know what? 50 bucks is 50 bucks.
Buy some welding materials.
Yeah, I mean, they'll buy me a whole 11-pound spool of wire. It's only, I don't know, I think they're $32 or something. And also, if you guys are wondering why I bought Dmaxryno in this situation, is because I want him to feed, you know, his thoughts to you guys. He's got a lot of good thoughts. And we've wanted to make a video for you guys on not pretty much what we do for a living, but how we do it and how to help you guys, you know, try to make more money for a living. And again, this video, some of you guys are gonna watch and say, yeah, whatever, and go back on your couch. You know what? If you are, it's your life, man.
I used to do the same thing. My biggest thing was, so if you guys don't know what I do, you know, I own my own construction company, right? So obviously I started bottom of the barrel, working in construction straight out of high school. Actually, I was still in high school, and every day after school, I would go work on the construction site. And I've dug more ditches than I really wish upon anybody, and slowly worked my way up. But my entire time I was working for somebody else, my end game goal was to start my own company. So while I'm getting yelled at on how my ditch is crooked, I'm also paying attention to how the business is ran, how the bids are ran, kind of what the pricing looks like for stuff that we're doing. That way all that's getting stored in my brain. I ain't gonna use it tomorrow, I ain't gonna use it next week, but for that day that I decide I'm gonna cut the cord and go start my own company, I've got somewhat of an idea, and I'm not just jumping out into the dark. So the entire time I was working, my whole goal was to get my license and start my construction company. So while I was still working for another company, I started going to school at nights, because we have a licensed school in town to kind of basically guide you along the licensing tests and everything that you got to do. So I started going to school at nights, and it was like a 4-week program, 6-week program. And then second I got out of that, scheduled my licensing test, went and got my license. And then within, I'd say, a month after that, I was financially stable enough. Now, mind you, this is the important part. Just because you have a contractor's license and a business license and you have your own company, doesn't mean all of a sudden everybody in town got an alert saying, hey, you got to call this guy if you need work. You could possibly sit at home for a month with zero work. So make sure before you make that move, you've saved up enough money that you can ride out a month or two of being really slow, because it's a real scary situation to be in when you go from a guaranteed paycheck, somebody always having a job for you, and you always know where you're going to go on Monday morning, versus now you got to do all that.
Yeah, didn't you tell me recently, like, you were like out of work for like a week or something, or 2 weeks, or somebody canceled, and you're like, it's slow?
It's construction. I mean, it's like anything.
Yeah, and same thing with model shop. Some weeks, you know, we only got 4 cars that came in, and then some weeks I got 18 cars that just came in.
Yeah, you put a holiday in there. Nobody wants to spend money around a holiday because they all want to go out on vacation. They're spending their money doing that, and nobody's spending money, you know, redoing their house. You got to have something saved up. You got to have
It's hard to explain.
Yeah, you gotta, the world it can turn like that. Everything can turn like that. And that goes back to Eddie's multiple income streams. I'd go bust my ass for, 8, 10, sometimes 12 hours a day, depending on, you don't leave till the job's done kind of thing. Second I get home, eat a little bit of dinner, and I am plopping my ass on the couch and watching TV for the next however many hours until it's time to go, take a shower, and go to bed, right? So I'm sitting there one day and I'm like, this don't work. I'm missing out on a lot of opportunity here to make money, and it just went back and forth a few times, and at the time, work for it had become a thing. Work for it's a big motto of mine. I'm trying to restore pride in blue collar work, because you guys heard my experience with my teachers, and that's kind of the experience I've heard from a lot of people. The second you mention blue collar in school, the teacher's gonna laugh at you, they're gonna tell you you're never gonna make it, and it's just bullshit. And I wanna restore pride in blue collar work, and I wanna let the younger generations know if there's anything in life you want, you gotta be willing to work for it. I don't care what that is. I don't care if that's going to school and becoming a lawyer and kicking ass that way, or if that's dropping out of school, going and jumping on a construction crew and working your way up. Regardless of however you want to do it, there's a million different ways to do it. But whatever you're gonna do, if you're out there hustling as hard as you can and grinding as hard as you can, you ought to be proud of whatever the hell it is you're doing. Work for it was founded on that premise of restoring pride in blue collar work and just letting anybody know, go out, bust your ass, do whatever it takes to work for whatever you want. You've seen the trucks, you've seen the bows. We enjoy toys. We're just big kids. We enjoy toys. None of this shit's free. None of this shit's cheap. So to be able to afford it, but still make my house payment, still make sure all my bills are covered, I gotta really get out there and kick ass to be able to enjoy the stuff that I want to be able to enjoy. So, we started Work For It Apparel. Well, one of my first customers is sitting right here. It's actually how we met. There was no website. There was nothing. It was Work For It Apparel started.
It was on Instagram. I saw
It was on, and my Instagram, and my Instagram was not big. I was a small fry in a big old sea of Instagram. Well, Eddie hit me up one day, and he's like, "Hey man, I'd love to buy 2 of your hats. I really like what the brand stands for, and I really like the movement. I'd love to get, is there any way we can meet up, or how do I order?" And I'm like, "Listen, dude, yeah, I'll deliver it to you. There is no website. We don't have a shipping thing set up. We don't have any of that." So I meet up with Eddie. First time we ever met. We hit it off right away. I knew, look, this dude's a hustler too. This dude likes to grind it out. This dude puts in the work. And since then, that's how this relationship was established. But kind of where I'm going with that is, in forming Work For It Apparel, I don't know that I anticipated it blowing up as big as it has, and the movement spreading. I mean, we're international. We're in, I think, 6 different countries. The movement's just spreading across the world. That's thanks to a lot of you guys. And so now I come home from construction, right? Put in my 10-hour, 12-hour day, come home, grab a bite to eat, and we go straight into boxing up Work For It orders and handling all the orders that came in that day. And I'm telling you, it is till 1:30 or 2 almost every night. Now, okay, so
see, that's why I like hanging out with him, because that's motivation for me. As you guys know, my website should hopefully be dropping by the end of July. Got my computer guy or website guy, whatever you want to call him. I don't know what he's technically called, but working on that. We got some designs. It's going to be living the life, and it's going to be Eddie's life. And Ryan's Work For It is motivating me. Now, maybe like Ryan said, I'm going to sell 1 a month or something. You know what? It's something to do. It's extra money. It's extra income. It's something that can get big and blow up.
And don't ever get unmotivated by starting at the bottom, because I was the same way. I think, it's funny. We went and looked back in my records probably 2 weeks ago as we're sitting there having a Work For It meeting, and there were weeks, months where I was selling a couple hats here and there, maybe, and I was so excited to box up that order, take it to the post office, and there might be a stack of 2, might be a stack of 3. Usually it was a stack of 2, and then we slowly grew. So now it's a stack of 5, that's a stack of 10. Now we're taking in 20, 30, and now we're shutting down the post office because they got to process all of our orders, and we're actually almost keeping one post office in the small area that I'm in alive based on the Work For It orders. So not only do I get to, spread the Work For It movement, but we also get to keep people employed, because this small post office, the U.S. Post Office, has been trying to shut them down for years because they just do a small volume. But we've been able to boost their economy coming into that store, and it's, from what I've been told from them, is it's helping to keep them alive. But don't ever get unmotivated. I mean, you want to talk about something that would unmotivate you. YouTube has all kinds of crazy new rules to get monetized. This guy starts out on YouTube, right? Now it is tough to get noticed, recognized, or for your channel to start growing. So now once we got over the 4,000 technical support phone calls that this guy would call me for to ask me how to do this, how do you edit the video?
I gotta give it to Ryan.
How do you do that?
I call at 1 a.m. trying to edit a video, and I couldn't edit it or remember what to click on for the life of me. And he was there for me.
So we did a lot of that. Now, I don't think Eddie's videos made money up until a month ago.
I think, yeah.
Even though, so you have to go through these new requirements through YouTube, right? If you guys,
It's like a minimum of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours.
which
It's not that hard.
you say that. You say that's not that hard. But if you guys remember, this dude was putting out a video almost every day because he was really chasing
That was pretty hard.
to pretty much get his credentials so he'd be monetized. Well, then YouTube comes out with saying, well, there's a big delay, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, we'll get to you eventually to approve you.
Oh, it
So-
said they'll get to me by, I think it was May or June or something like. When I hit the 1,000 mark and the 4,000 watch hours.
So they basically told him like, yeah, we're delayed. You're not gonna make money for a while. But guess what? He kept putting out content. Because number one, he wanted to get better at his videos. He wanted to build his watch base, and he wasn't gonna let the fact that, you know, we're not making the money we thought we were making yet. You know, this sucks. When am I gonna do this? No, he kept pushing through to where finally, all of a sudden, now you're monetized. And like I said, ain't none of us getting rich off YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not doing this mainly for the money, but yeah, the extra money's nice. It's not a lot, but the money's nice. But like he's saying, it took them like 4 months after I hit the 1,000 mark and the 4,000 watch hours. Like 4 or 5. Ryan used to joke around, and I would call him and say, "Hey, sorry, man, I don't talk to people that are monetized," you know, as a joke. But I mean, I didn't really care about that because I enjoy the content I was putting out. I enjoy, you know, the comments. The majority of the comments, 5% of them are good. Then you got the, you know, what do they call them? The keyboard warriors or something. Yeah, the one that just hide behind a computer all day. The one, yeah, you're probably watching the video. But you know, I enjoyed what I was doing, and I'm not doing it just for the money. I really liked explaining to you guys and trying to help you guys. I mean, like I tell you guys, DM me if you have any questions or anything, and if I can help you, I'll help you. If not, I appreciate a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys, of my subscribers, have taught me a lot. And you guys think like I am the diesel king. I'm not the diesel king. There's been hundreds of you subscribers that have taught me a lot about diesels and about my own truck. You guys have told me stuff that I didn't even know was possible on my truck or I had on my truck. You know, a subscriber told me, "Eddie, you should have let your G80 locker kick in the rear. After every, like, I think 100 RPMs it locks." I had no idea. I didn't know. You know, that's something right there that you taught me.
You should have read the New Gear Break-In book. Probably would have told you that.
And as you guys know, yeah, if you watch my videos, the truck is done. It's re-geared in the garage. I gotta break this thing in, and it has been hell to break it in. But we're gonna end this video and just specialize in something, guys. You know, why do people call me? Why do people want me to work on the truck? You know why? It's because they know how anal I am. When I do anything, when it comes to whatever, putting stuff away, cleaning my truck, putting my water bottles away.
Look at your freaking refrigerator
Yeah,
over there,
I mean,
and look at your rack of cleaners over
I mean,
there.
anything. I'm very meticulous, very anal. I like everything perfect. So, and I do that regardless if it's me or a customer's truck. Even if it's a customer's truck, I'm probably more anal on the customer's truck because I know he's gonna go tell his friends, he's gonna go tell his brother, his mom, his dad, his whoever, and say, "Check this out." And my name is on that work. My name is in your mouth, and my name is going to come out of your mouth when you tell people I did the work. So when I say my name is on that product, it's because I did it. I don't want, you know, it to have a bad rep. And of course, am I perfect? No. And the truck's not gonna turn out excellent every single time. Sometimes I run into an issue where I need the truck a little longer, or a part was wrong, or something like that. But when I do the work, I make sure the work is done right, regardless how long it takes me, and it's done perfect.
So one thing I always try and tell people is you got to do something that makes you more valuable or makes you valuable to the person. Even if you're working for somebody. I didn't always get along with the people I worked for, but I was always valuable to them to where they probably should have fired me for some of the arguments we got into, but I was worth more to them than firing me because of the way I ran the jobs or the way I would do the work. You just got to make yourself valuable no matter what it is you do, because we ain't all going to jump out there and own our own business. We ain't all going to do, whatever it is in your life that you're going to do. You're not all going to invent a product and start selling it. But whatever you do in your life, make yourself valuable, because that's what's going to that's what's going to set you apart. That's also what's going to make sure you're taken care of for your life. I mean, if Eddie's, God forbid, shop shut down or something happened and someone bankrupt, whatever, and now he needs a job, he's got a lot of reputation coming with him to where he can go to any one of these shops and be like, yo, dude, like, I need to start wrenching again. Here's what I used to do. Here's a bunch of people that'll vouch for me. And I guarantee you he'll get a job just like that because he's valuable. And being valuable is important. Don't ever sell yourself short. Always strive to, if you see the owner, always be like, all right, what would it take to take over that guy's job? What's he doing in a day that maybe I can start doing a couple of those things, and he'll start to see that I'm making his life easier.
Find a niche. Find your niche.
Yep.
Find something that makes you different from, him and her and this person and that person. Find it. It's there. Every single person's got it. You got to find it. I mean, if it takes 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40, whatever. Just eventually you're going to find it, and that's going to, like he said, separate you from your average, employee that's working with you.
There's something we call the employee mentality. All right. And this is not to bag on anybody that works for anybody, but you can tell somebody that has the employee mentality, right? If you have an employee, they have the employee mentality versus somebody who's different, sets himself apart. And the employee mentality is basically, okay, you told me I got to show up to this job site on Monday at 8 o'clock. I show up on Monday at 8 o'clock. I do exactly what you've told me to do for those 8 hours. And then I go home. I don't think about work. I don't think about any of that. And I just repeat that cycle. I never want to go further in my career. I never want to do any of that. I'm just stuck in, okay, what are we doing today? Okay, I'm going to go do that. All right, I'm going to go home and act like I was never at work.
It's like they need directions always.
Right. Versus the employees that stand out don't have what we call the employee mentality, and they're always striving for more. Hey man, I know you told me to do this, this, and this. Okay, I already got those done. Is it cool? I know we got to get this done today. Would you mind if I jump in and start doing that early? And stuff like that is what's really going to set you apart and make you stand out, because I don't know if you guys have ever applied for a job, but clearly you're not the only person sending in a resume. You're not the only person trying to sell yourself. I've had friends who've had job fairs for their own businesses, and there's 100 people waiting outside, and you're all fighting for 6 jobs. So you got to be able to set yourself apart and prove that you are different and that you're going to be valuable enough to that company for somebody to pay you 60 grand a year. Because that money doesn't just come from anywhere. That's coming out of the company, the owner's pocket, somewhere. So you got to be worth that money for them to pay you. Otherwise, why would they want to pay you that? They're not gonna.
Expand your mind. Do other things. Like I work on cars. I work on trucks. I'll buy and sell something. I'm teaching myself how to weld. I just find something, and it will come to you, and you'll say, you know what? I'm really good at this. I'm going to put a little more effort into it, and I want to try it some more. I mean, look, I'm not an artist, but check this out. If it's still here, I'll show you some of my, and my cousin's helping with me with this because he's the artist. We're trying to figure out some logos here. So, sorry about the wind here, but we're trying to figure out, the Living the Life logo. I got the eyes. They are stackers, basically, with some smoke coming out of it. The Eddie's Life. It's just a truck right now, but, other page, another truck. So, am I an artist? No, but I'm trying to figure out a logo.
Not everybody has the money to go hire a professional designer if you want to start out.
Well, I was, and then he told me a price. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah,
never mind.
Yeah, trust me.
That's.
I've got a whole file that looks just like this for all the workwear designs that we created. It used to be me and Chris would just sit in the office, and Chris would be like, well, what if we tried this? What if we made that color? And then I'd be like, well, okay, that's cool. But what if we made that color? And all of a sudden we're like, yeah, that looks sick. Yeah. Put it on a shirt. Let's go. You're gonna end up doing a lot of shit for yourself. And the cool thing is you really learn whatever you're trying to get into by doing a lot of things yourself. But one of the most important things I think we should add to this is surround yourself with like-minded people. You guys have probably seen in my videos, my circle's really, really small. I don't have 400 people coming in and out of my videos. If I had threw a big party at my house. There's gonna be like 7 people there. You know, I don't have a big group because I've narrowed down all the people in my life that I don't think have the same goals and the same ambition, and kind of weeded them out of my life. And then I hang around people like Eddie, people that are successful in business, people that, you know, being this size company is never good enough. They're always striving to grow. They're always striving to do more, to be able to pull off more. I mean, you surround yourself with dirtbags, you're going to be a dirtbag. You surround yourself with, you know, dudes that are off doing drugs and want to party all the time. Regardless of whether you're doing that or not, you're going to get caught up in doing something that you know is going to end up screwing up your life or something like that. You've got to surround yourself with a good, solid core group of people that share the same values. I mean, you know, I work in construction. Eddie works on cars. They're 2 pretty separate fields, but we get along because we enjoy the value of business. And so through Instagram, I mean, through social media, I've met some of the best friends I have in my life just based on the fact that we've been able to mesh over very similar things. So don't always search out for, you know, who's in your neighborhood or who's in school with you, and those are the guys that you have to hang out with, and that's the crew you got to run with, and you got to do what they're doing because that's what all the cool kids are doing. Trust me, that was never me. You know, I went to the parties, I hung out with all the cool kids, but I didn't drink, I didn't do drugs, I never got into any of that stuff. So anytime a party got raided, guess who was the only guy walking out without a minor in possession, without any of that stuff? I was the guy that always got to walk home, go home, you know, safe and sound, and get out of there. And then that's when I started realizing, hey man, this is getting real sketchy. You know, I'm starting to hang out with this crowd that they all want to be, you know, everybody's experimenting with new shit. I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm gonna go start working. So my first job was picking, I shit you not. Well, first I was a cart boy at the golf course. Then the manager comes up and says, here, yeah. Every time somebody would bring a golf cart back, I had to wash it, put it away, charge it, you know? So then
Is that where you got your golf cart from?
No, it's not actually.
Oh, okay.
that was a long time ago.
Okay, all right.
Then the manager comes up to us and, you know, we used to pick the golf balls at the driving range. And he's like, hey, driving range has been neglected for about 4 years. Here's a big old flathead screwdriver. You see those 10,000 golf balls that have been driven over and sunk into the mud and the thing won't pick them up anymore?
Yeah, go get them.
I need you for a couple hours every shift to go over there and pick out golf balls out of the freaking ground. And that's kind of where I started. And then I realized I don't enjoy doing this.
I'm not gonna be a golf ball picker up.
This is not for me, but it was money. I went there straight after school and I did enjoy the money. And then I transitioned down to a couple other jobs along the way, but I always enjoyed the money. And then I realized, like, going out to parties, going out and doing all that stuff, I'm not making any money. I mean, in fact, depending on what you're doing, you're costing money, you know, just on whatever you're buying, and God forbid you get in trouble. Now it's really costing you money, and it could possibly screw up the rest of your life to where, you know, if I had a felony on my record, I wouldn't be able to get a contractor's license, you know, stuff like that. And that stuff can happen quickly. I've seen a lot of people be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and their lives are just ruined for that. So surround yourself with a good, solid core group of people. I don't care what age you are. I always hung out with older people because older people were more business minded than, you know, the dummies that I wanted to run with at my age. So I always like to learn from them. I always try to mimic them and do what they do. So probably one of the bigger things I can tell you guys is surround yourself with like-minded people that are willing to push you, because we push each other all the time. You know, and I got the lazy friends that are always like, oh, why do you want to go do that, dude? We can just go chill out at the beach, or we can go on vacation. You know, I've taken one vacation this year. First vacation I've taken in probably 10 years.
I know.
And I felt guilty the entire time I was there.
I'm like, you're where?
Yep.
What?
Yep. First vacation I've taken in 10 years, and I felt guilty the entire time.
You were like getting married or something.
But we were still making sales on vacation. YouTube was still doing its thing on vacation.
So there you go, guys. You guys finally know what I do for a living. So thank you guys for watching this video. And for all of Ryan's information for his Work For It apparel, it's going to be down in the description. You'll see the link there. Click on the link. It's going to take you right to his website. His YouTube channel will be there also. I'm sure you guys are already all following him, but if you're not, don't forget to click on his channel, and don't forget to like this video and click subscribe. Thank you, guys. Peace.
Yeah.